Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So it's a bit snowy today where I'm living right here in the UK. So you might be seeing some snow falling on top of me. The topic of this video is expectation versus reality of studying abroad. When you're in your own country and you're planning to go to some abroad country, you will be having some expectations. Even I had the same, such as you will be having a good house, good car, good social life, good family, and all that stuff. Like you'll be having a financial stability and ultimately you'll be settling in that particular country. But in reality, like there are some things which really doesn't happen as per your expectations, and that's what I want to touch in this video. The intent of the video is to prepare you mentally that bhaiya or behno ki this all things happen when you go to any abroad country. As I value your time quite a lot, so there will be timestamps attached, so feel free to skip around to different topics of this video. Without any further ado, let's straight away get started now. The very first expectation which we have got is in terms of jobs, that we think that when we land up in some abroad country, we'll be getting the job on day one. We'll be starting to earn X amount of money by doing some on-campus job. We think that getting an on-campus job is really easy, and even the other jobs are getting very easy. That's what we think, and we'll be starting to earn X amount of money, and by earning that money we'll be paying our tuition fee, we'll be paying our living expenses, and top of that we'll be also sending some money back to our parents as well. And we were all willing to do all that hard work and put that hours into to make this happen. But in reality, what will be happening is that you will be applying for first job, you'll be getting a rejection. You'll be applying for second job, again you will be getting a rejection. Then you'll be start thinking that what's going wrong, might be my CV is not correct. Then you start looking on the format of that particular country, that how does the CV and the resume looks like. Then you start modifying your CV, then you apply again. This time you get accepted. Then you reach the online assessment stage. Once you start doing the online assessment, you'll be failed in the first attempt because you have never done something like this back in your own country. Then you start to practice it online on the internet sources, and then you again apply for the job and you again do the online assessment, and this time you pass in that online assessment. Then you reach the next stage, which is your interview stage. Again, you go in for the very first time, you don't know what kind of questions they're going to ask you, and all of these things, for example the part-time jobs, customer assistant, warehouse jobs, you've never done back in your own country. You don't know what kind of skills they're actually looking for as well. So you might be facing a rejection in the very first attempt. Then you will be applying again. This time you know what kind of skills you're looking for, and finally you will succeed and you'll get a job. The main point which I'm highlighting here is that first of all, accept rejections and be resilient. By resilient I mean you have to apply again and again. The three things: first of all, accept the rejection. Secondly, learn from the failures. Make it a key point in your life that you have to learn from your failures whenever you're studying abroad. And third thing is apply again. So once you do this three things in rotation, then is how you will be getting a part-time job. And then you will be starting to think about the other things, for example paying your tuition fee, paying your living expenses and all that stuff. So be open to the rejections, be resilient. Now the second thing which you'll be expecting is that when you're going abroad, you'll be having the best roommates. You might be seeing some of the Instagram stories of your friends who have gone abroad. They might be sharing, oh well, I've got the best roommates in the life, they're my lifelong friends and so on, whatnot. So they put all of this stuff, but I think the reality is quite different. I think even my friends, a lot of them have faced a similar thing. So what the reality is, might be once you're living in a group, might be a big group of 4 or 6 people living in the same house or in the same hostel or dorm, whatever it is in the country you've applied for, and you might be seeing that one person in the group is like not cleaning his dishes, he's like piling up the dishes in the sink, he's not cleaning the cooking stove once he has finished his cooking, he's not putting the dustbin bins out, he's not cleaning the bathrooms, and you are the one who is doing everything. And you don't know how to confront that person, you don't know how to talk to that person, especially if you're living with the Indian people. You're living with 5 or 6 Indian people. We have got a habit, we say chugli karna. So you will be like starting to talk with other people, other Indian friends. Oh well, ye isne bhai ye kaam nahi kiya. that is how you will be start creating groups, like subgroups in a big group itself, which will lead to a very toxic environment in the place you are living, and might be you're feeling secluded as well. In that case, if you are the person who is like unhygienic, what you don't know, and you might be feeling like lonely, and you might be feeling depressed as well. And the other thing is that might be when you're living in a group of people, especially with the Indian students or like from your own country, might be your one friend has got a job. He won't be telling you that how he has been able to get the job, what all things was asked in the interview stage, how did he did the online assessment, because it's a competition, right? He will never be telling you that at all, and you might be feeling that, oh well, this guy's not telling me this all things. Then you will be having enmity between both of you, and that's how again a toxic environment develops up. So the key takeaway is that be careful about the things which I have touched. And the second thing, if you find someone, you're finding it difficult to confront someone like who is like unhygienic or something, the best possible way is propose an idea that, okay, this weekend on Sunday, I'll be cleaning the kitchen. Why don't you clean the bathrooms? Okay, and that's how you can just engage with them. You can say, you can make them to do the work. And if if he's like a arrogant person, then he might be saying you, oh well, I'm busy on this weekend as well. Then you can say him, well, okay, I'll be finishing the kitchen work, tell me when you'll be finishing the bathroom work. And that's how you can try to work around it. The other thing which I want to touch upon in this section is also the friends as well. Now sometimes we think that when we go to abroad we'll be having some lifelong friends, but in reality there will be only very few people, might be one or two, who will be your lifelong friends. You know, with that are the person whom you can share anything, you can share your secrets with them. But be aware, not everyone is your lifelong friend. Especially don't make your friendship on the basis of money. I'll give you one of the example. It was like a personal example happened with me. Now I was having a group of friends. There were 3 people. Like we knew each other. We were friends. We met in the university. We were in the same course, same year. So there was like person alpha, person beta, and me myself. So now one day this person beta wanted some money. So he borrowed the beta person. He borrowed some money from this alpha person. Like he was my friend as well. So he borrowed some money for some time. He said that I'll be returning you after like 2 weeks. Now it has been 2 weeks. Now person alpha is a very generous man. He don't like to talk about money and all of these things. He was expecting that this guy will be giving me money back after 2 weeks. So it has been like 3 weeks now. It has been 4 weeks now. This person beta has never even touched about this money matter at all, the money which he borrowed from this person alpha. And finally I said to this person alpha, I said it's wrong, you have to tell him that give my money back. And he needed that money as well. So this person alpha, he confronted this person beta, even he was my friend, and then he said, okay man, I want my money back, I'm in urgent need of it. This person beta said him, oh well, I transferred you 2 weeks back, didn't you receive it? He's like, oh, it's like my bank account, I've checked it, I've never received any money from you. Then he's like, oh well, I have sent 2 other person with the same name. So he made an excuse, and ultimately he never ever gave that money. This person beta never ever gave that money back to alpha. And this is the true color which that person showed. And in this case, hopefully this person alpha didn't give him too much money. It was just like 200 pounds which he gave, so it was still better. But otherwise, just be careful about this thing, that don't make your friendship on the basis of money at all. So well, now moving on to the last topic, which is like we think like once we are finished with our studies, we'll be getting the job, we'll be settling in that country. So that's the expectation which you guys will be having. Even I have the same as well. But in reality, I think we should also be having a backup plan. So might be backup plan. For example, in my case, I'm doing undergraduate course. So backup plan for me is that might be I'll be starting masters once I'm finished with it. If I don't get a work or I don't get a job, the other backup plan is that if I think I don't have that much finances to do a master's, then I'll go back to my own country. I'll go to India, and on the basis of this degree, I'll start doing a job. So these are the backup plans which I've got. So even for you guys as well, so make sure you have always got a backup plan. If this thing doesn't work, I know you would have been taking a lot of loans as well to study abroad. So just be careful that what's their backup plan as well. Otherwise it's a bit tough, guys. It's a bit tough. It will be a mental pressure that how you will be handling that big amount of loan as well. So always be careful. So I really think it is very important to have a backup plan when you are studying abroad. As I approach towards the end of the video, I really hope that you find some value out of this video. And this video isn't meant to like scare you that don't go study abroad. Even I'm studying abroad. So what I'm saying you is, yes, go study abroad. It's a really nice experience, but just be mentally prepared that these things might be happening to you as well. So I hope you find some value. Make sure to like the video if you did, if you find some value. Secondly, comment down your feedback, and there will be 2 of these videos which I'll be recommending you to watch next. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.